Is it
Okay.
that you have seen anybody that didn't get enough recognition?
There is a Jamaican astronomer, one of the most brilliant minds. He was a free slave and he actually studied abroad. He went to university abroad. Now, think about a slave studying abroad at a British university. Must be a big deal. And that man is none other than Francis Williams. He was the first. He successfully calculated Halley's Comet passing over Jamaica and witnessed it. And he was the first man to actually do that.
When I asked you, I thought you were going to say me, with the legend, but you didn't. But
Common Sense, make it make sense. Welcome to the Kommon Cents Podcast, and thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check us out on Spotify at Kommon Cents University, as well as on our socials at Kommon Cents University as well. So, I'm your host, Jackson, and I'm here with our co-hosts, Wita and Q. Wita, how you doing?
doing great, man. Doing great. We're about to get somewhat of an educational interview right now.
All right. And Q, how's it going?
Social giving thanks. Reaching out to the Kommon Sense fraternity. Smart Johncrow.
You know what we don't want to say, but I say it
Greetings.
before me. I wanted to say it, but I say it before me.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a special guest with us. We have Mr. Matthew Buddan, and that's the man behind. You have to pronounce the name for me still, but
No,
the
you
man
were
behind.
actually close.
Pronounce it right.
Buddan, yeah,
Yes.
Buddan, close enough.
Buddan. All right, cool. And he's the man behind Smart Johncrow on Instagram and TikTok. Mr. Matthew, or Sir Matthew, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and I really do appreciate you guys for having me. It's an honor because you guys have a very great podcast, a lot of brilliant minds. So it's good to see that you're in a circle of people who
Like-minded.
like-minded. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That is it.
That is it, man. But definitely welcome to the podcast. So before we kick it off and jump into the topics, get to know Matthew here, Mr. Smart Johncrow himself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can find you.
you already know Smart Johncrow. That's where you can find me on most social media platforms, except Facebook. Nobody really uses Facebook anymore. But the man behind the name,
No matter who age group we use Facebook,
the man behind the name, though, you're looking at an IT specialist. You're looking at a gimmicks man. I like to joke around. You're looking at a football lover. Not an Arsenal lover like some people, as I can see, but Real Madrid fan, family man, even though I don't have any kids as yet, it's just what I believe in, you know, and outgoing, extroverted, that's basically me in a nutshell.
Okay. That's amazing, We like everything you say a while ago except the football part, but that's all right. So what's your alma mater, high school?
Fortis Cadere Cetera non potest, the brave may fall, but never yield, right?
Hey, we have to ask
that
that,
was a
because
test, Matthew. You passed.
for
Yeah,
some reason
there we
the
go, there we
KC man
go.
them, boy, I tell you, I don't know. But that's amazing, man. So yeah, man. So that's good. And yeah, people definitely go ahead and look for his page at Smart Johncrow, and I think the name up on the screen there. So you can actually go ahead and follow him on TikTok and on Instagram. Can I ask you where you like the Smart Johncrow name? Because I'm sure everybody I try to figure out, why this brother call himself Johncrow? Where you get that name there from?
Boy. All
Hope
right,
it's for good
so
reasons,
no, it's good. Well, I half and half, really. So, so basically, university days, I was in math class and nice little lady, we're having a conversation and just say, say, look at Junker. And For the non-Jamaicans who are watching the video, just think about a Johncrow as a guy that is, I guess you would say, promiscuous. You know, they
A
seem as if,
gallus.
gallus, they seem as if they have a lot of women. But the teacher chip in and said, hey, no, I want smart Johncrow. They have sense, man. And from that, the name
Name
just
stick.
stick. Yeah, man, name stick. I was not going to get rid of that name anytime soon.
Which college was that? Which college was that?
UTech, actually.
UTech. Okay.
Yeah, that was like the first year of UTech, so you can imagine.
So the
Just
first
reach.
year you take a start
Yeah,
get trouble.
yeah.
Freshman, you know? But
Exactly.
hey, you know, say I want to, you know, you see, once wouldn't even say college or wouldn't say UTech or UA, but you see, once you're a Jamaican, you go get a nickname. You go
Yeah,
if you're a
that's true.
Jamaican, you don't have a nickname, you really have to go check the birth certificate there. And then I think the prime minister say, yo, another birth certificate make a Jamaican. They look like the nickname.
A nickname.
A
A
nickname,
nickname.
yeah.
Indeed.
Almost
If
like a
you don't have a nickname, you're
certificate.
not Jamaican.
Yeah,
It's
if
like
they don't have a nickname. A question.
Matthew,
yeah,
Matthew,
what's up?
just can I just interject, Jackson? I know when I first went to teachers college, they have a thing they call grubbing.
Robin.
Did you get any grubbing when you're going to
All right, you
UTech?
have to put some context to that.
hazing.
Hazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Talk truth, man. Talk truth.
no, for real, man. No, man. No, man. I promise you. No.
With that sound like him have something to confess. So we have to
No.
go. Hey, with that, oh, go on.
No, I didn't get any because I'm normally a big guy, so you know what I mean. But part of it though, I do think it's necessary in any institution because
hmm
even though some person will abuse it, it naturally bring everybody on one level and I mean of family settings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went to college. I didn't start in September. I reached there like about November. So I didn't get that part of it. The most that I
hmm
was asked is just to write a letter. Them come to me and say,
Yeah.
disrespect you, obviously say a big man still. So we just wanted to just write a letter. Normally we take out the bed and wet it up and all of that, but we're not going to do that. So we just want to write a letter. So I didn't go through that, but I know a lot of persons, especially when you're on campus.
Yeah,
Were you on
that is
campus?
it. No, that wasn't on campus. So probably
Oh,
that's
that
why.
is why. That is why. That is why.
But
That's where
let me say this
that's
too.
where the nickname started on campus.
Mhm.
Let me say this to his defense as well. I don't think you get the name Smart Johncrow if certain things happen to you, that's that's a name you have to earn,
Yeah, that's true. That's why.
You have to,
All right.
yeah, because
You don't
when
normally
they
hear the two
classify as
you don't
drunk,
normally hear the two combination,
yeah.
That's
That
what I
means you're
said.
well
It's half
smart.
and half. It's half and half.
Half
So
and half.
That means you're very smart.
yeah.
You know?
All right. Yeah. All right. There
Have
we
to put
go.
that on it. All right.
All right.
So
Back to you, Jackson.
yeah, man, can we want to talk about the page, because the smart Johncrow, the smart part especially, and then the Johncrow, because the Johncrow tie back to Jamaica, because I think we alone call it that. Everywhere else
Yeah.
they call it vulture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I noticed on your page your focus is on the history of Jamaica, and you're going through a lot of historical facts and
Yeah.
a lot of tidbits about day-to-day life that we look at, like for example the money one where we talk about the pickiness and stuff like that. The people see it every day, but they really don't know what it means or what it's about. So tell us,
Yeah.
what sparked your interest in Jamaica's history, and how did you get started creating content around that?
If I'm being honest, what sparked the interest was just learning about some stuff that they didn't teach in school. Now, I remember when I'm a history lover. As a matter of fact, I didn't even start liking history until after I left university, which I had an interest, but I told myself, it's not really something that I'd really dig into. I just leave it at that. But there was an article that started it all, which was actually my first video on the page. It was Louis Hutchinson. and that was Jamaica's first ever serial killer. And I said to myself, wait, Jamaica, they have serial killer? And then when he when you read the story about him actually living on the island and burying his victims close by in a sinkhole, like it's a very interesting story. I said to myself, okay, all right, what else Jamaica has to offer that I don't know about? So
Right.
that's what really started this roller coaster. And funnily enough, this page it started out of boredom. And that's how the name came about as well. 12 a.m. facts. Um, Picture like this. I mean, I'm gonna play football trainer, man, and I got an injury on the Sunday. Got a nice kick in the shin, man. I know I would have been out for a few weeks. Well,
Sunday ball dangerous,
yes,
you know.
man. Sunday ball. I'm gonna give him one shift, man. Roll it past him foot, man. So him say, no, man, and swing.
Nah, go so.
Swing. Yeah, no, I got some, man. Up on the ground, man. From a feel the kick, man. I couldn't stand up back, man. I say, yeah, man, I got out for a while. So that Sunday night, no, I'm there, and I said to myself, all right, me not pain. Can't walk. What am I gonna do? And I remember that same article that I was reading about Louis Hutchinson. And bear in mind, I was trying to break through on social media for years. Tried to do comedy. Safe to say, that never gonna work. So Mr. No one. I said, all right, let me just show pictures on the screen, find out how to do this like a green screen thing, and just talk about this and what it's about. No, I think the very first video I said, hey, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this and that. And just do the video. Bear in mind, I had about 50 followers at that time. My highest viewed video was probably about 4,000, 5,000 views. So I recorded a video and I said, this is Edinburgh Castle, home of Jamaica's first serial killer. And I talked about what he did and all that stuff. Now, I just closed the phone and just got on my bed, come here and say, nobody not really see this.
One video.
Yeah, like one video, I just bored my board. You see, so me wake up now and for the notification and I saw TikTok. 2,000 plus. I was like me I look on the phone, I see him, so me I look on the phone and I say, oh,
Yeah.
I'm up a malfunction. I go up on the app and I said plus 99. How much views and then the comments them, and I was like, wait. I posted this video at after 12 o'clock in the night. First thing come to mind is, and people not sleep. Even have a bedtime time. So I said to myself, all right, if people don't sleep, what if I do this again? Because them say lightning a strike twice, but fortunately for me, it strike 3 times on the bounce. So I'm do another video again. And this time I talked about two sister cave in a Portmore, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then we do the same thing. Me just put on the phone, go on my bed and wake up again the next day. 10,000 odd views. So I say, all right.
You're onto something.
12 a.m. facts. And that's what name came about. That name came about. So it's facts about Jamaica. The people them who apparently water in them bed at night time. You get me? So that was the foundation of my page. And over time it got a little bit more structured. I started implementing like music in the background just to give it a slight a different feel. Almost like a calming feel, because apparently when you do it like that, people will actually go to sleep watching your videos. You get me? So
interesting.
yeah. So that the type of information that I would include it running across the screen and stuff like that, just to make it a little bit easier to read. And I really everybody is audio. They don't learn via audio. So at the same time, it got more structured. I found a lot of content to talk about, a lot of interesting content, and it just kicked off. I just grew in numbers. I was averaging about 40,000-50,000 views a video at one point.
Wow.
At my peak, I was averaging probably 500,000 views a week. it's just hard to really put out content on a frequent basis because I was giving them a
Yeah, yeah.
video a day, every single day, for the better
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of 3 months, a video every day, every
So
night. Yeah.
so as I talk about that, because I noticed that your videos, you put a lot of work into them in terms of like the
Um,
research, and I mean, I have to ask. Like, I know you put a lot of work into it,
um,
right? You don't just go on Instagram and start recording. Unless you're a historian and,
yeah.
that's like, that's your job and that's what you do all day.
Yeah.
This type of information, this type of content, you have to find it and you have to, find
Man.
something that's relevant and find accurate information. So,
Yeah.
without giving away, any trade secrets, right? What's the process around that? Like, how do you choose a topic and
All right.
get the information around it?
Sometimes it's a mixture of what you know, what you just come across, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you an example. My mom used to tell me that, hey, and that was one of my most viewed videos. I did a video on Jamaica's forgotten amusement park, Coney Island.
Island.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a thing, and mommy tell me about it. You get me? And mommy tell me about it.
I heard about it too, but I never went.
N- and they said that it's at present day Heidel group of schools. No. When she mentioned that and I did some research, I saw some pictures of it and I was like, oh, okay. Even the entrance to Heidel right now is literally the remnant from Coney Park. It's the actual same building. So I'm saying, okay, all right, I got the pictures. I did a video on this. It was one of my highest viewed videos. But boom, here's the thing now. On the same premise, there was an article that mentioned the Ferry Inn. No, the Ferry Inn is Jamaica's oldest inn, but it's on the
Right.
grounds of Heidel Group of Schools. It's literally at the front. So when I do these videos, it's like a rabbit hole. You buck up on something here, so, and you buck up on something else, and you say, weird. Then this is tied to this.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
sometimes it's a mixture what you know and what you come across when you're doing research into some of these topics. Word of mouth is very powerful. Because of that, I was able to know a lot of things. Elite Jamaica that I was telling you about, he made me know that Jamaica built a vehicle. First and only Caribbean country to build a vehicle.
I think it was in St. Elizabeth.
No, it was I think it was in Westmoreland.
Westmoreland. Okay, right next door.
I think
Yeah.
I think it was in Westmoreland.
Somewhere down that side, yeah.
Yes, man. Yes, man. So a lot of the time, as I said, you're doing research and you just come across some topics and you're like, hey, let me make a note of this. I'll talk about this another time. But boy, I'm running out of stuff to talk about because I've covered over 500 videos on my page. It's a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, to the point that I'm forgetting stuff that I covered. It's a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, that's just basically it in a nutshell. So it's not like it's premeditated. Sometimes I'll just be there, and I had a unique method. My shift finished at 10 o'clock every single night. So I have between 10 o'clock and 12 to do a video.
2 hours.
2 hours. So
Yeah.
first thing comes to mind, I brainstorm. All right, what has somebody told me about before were interesting? Had fat about Taínos. Had fat about Christopher Columbus. Boom. Okay. Jamaica. What is unique to Jamaica? Oh, Jamaica is the top of an underwater volcano. That's what they said. Oh, let me do some research on that. So I'll take the hour to read up, try to get as much of that knowledge in this up here. Start
Yeah.
recording at 11, and then use that hour to cut, copy, no, just cut, chop, edit, and probably by around 12:45, the video ready for upload. And I did that every single
That's
night.
quick. That's quick.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like that you said that because I feel like a lot of persons kind of limit themselves or they have limiting beliefs around what's possible, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you work a 9 to 5 job, but your 9 to 5 job is literally that 9 to 5, right? That's a quarter of the day. What happened to the other how much hours that? will leave, right?
Yes,
So you
probably.
have to utilize a day. People love it. Like, me understand so we like TikTok and everything there, but
Yeah,
people are just using TikTok for entertainment. A lot of persons, right? And you can use it for so much more. You can use it for monetizing and not necessarily the other side of TikTok we're not gonna talk about right now. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
That one there. So I feel like you will be an inspiration to a lot of persons because you are showing them another side. You can do your job and still have a little bit of time for do something else on the side and make it impactful.
Yeah,
Talking
that's
about
true.
impact though, right? How do you think Jamaica's history has shaped the culture and the identity today?
Or the colonial past.
Well, history on a whole, like what stand out to you the most?
All right, so how has Jamaica's history shaped our culture? All right. If you think about it, especially when it came on to the people who ran the country or own the
Hmm.
country, their people mixed with the slaves that were in Jamaica. So first and foremost, it contributes to the diversity. It contributed to our language because think about it. It was because of Jamaica being a colony. It was because of slavery why the slaves were unified. That unity enabled them to in turn create the language that Jamaica is known for. Jamaican patois. Of
Yeah,
arguably the most recognized form of it in the world. Our architecture is influenced based off our history. Our food is based off our history. So all those factors really came together to really forge the identity that we have here
yeah,
today. So yeah.
yeah, man, definitely. And like if you look around, I think you did one on the Spanish Town Church. There was one on a church thing that I
Spanish
saw.
Spanish Town
There's a
Church.
church, the Anglican Church,
Anglican.
Spanish.
What's
Yeah,
it
again,
Spanish town?
you
There are
see
a
a while
lot
ago.
of
You do so much
videos.
video that you not even remember them, right?
I know
But yeah,
that there is
you
a
did
square.
cover
There is a
an
square.
Anglican church in I think it's in Spanish Town. But it's just the architecture that I'm more talking about. So I'm just saying, like, if you look around and all of the old buildings and stuff like that, and the way we build our houses with the A-frame and stuff like that, like a lot of that is actually coming from
Yeah.
our history. But we're gonna take a quick break. Before we do, just tell us where we can find you again.
Oh, you can find me Smart Johncrow on TikTok. Username is 12am Facts. On Twitter, it is Smart_Johncrow. On Instagram, also Smart_Johncrow. So
All right, cool. So yeah, people go ahead and follow him. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be back after the messages. Common sense, make it make sense.
Well, this is Elaine representing for 4BD. It's all about the best in men's fashion. Ladies, come here and get your men so amazing. So, men, come fix up yourself and nice up for your life. I hope. So, what's Things, come here, this is nice, see? Ooh, yes, honey. There's something, man, from here. 4BD. This is where you have to be. No love. Mwah.
Big and serious, some of you need to sleep at night time, But good night, people. On today's episode of 12am Facts, we'll be taking a look at the Ian Fleming International Airport. Now, this airport is an international airport which is located in Boscobel and is approximately 6.2 miles east of Ocherius. It's also important to note that this isn't the original name for the airport. It was initially called the Boscobel Aerodrome. Another fun fact is that this airport provides services to not only the United States of America, but to other Caribbean countries as well. Now, this airport was originally a limited service facility, which processed around 20,000 passengers yearly. Now, the Boscobel Aerodrome was in operation for over 30 years, and it did provide scheduled passenger service by local air carriers.
Common sense make it make sense. I tell you, I'm loving the conversation so far. And we have one of the most popular brother in Jamaica. I'm gonna put it out there in the Caribbean. Everybody know it.
Man.
The girls' class, all the gentlemen, and say you want to be like him. And that's Brother Johncrow. Oh, I mean, Smart Johncrow. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Witter, the legend himself. What's
I
up?
tell you, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You know, I give you a look at icebreaker story to our viewers. So I know him before, and I was on TikTok, just getting, my hands on TikTok, and I saw this post, and this person was telling stories or speaking facts or history, things that I am very interested in. So, follow him on TikTok, search for him for on Instagram and follow him. I see a message come in. Well, my boss said, no, wait, I just follow him. So wait, are you? So, what I admire about it, because I always think when it comes to the entertainment industry, the film industry, a lot of times Jamaica has such vast history and stories. I'm talking about right now, if you feel like you want to go ahead and start, the Halloween quote unquote stories, like the dopest stories of Jamaica, and put facts behind it.
Yeah.
You have a list of stories, and that's the idea me again. But me I charge a fee. Whatever it is.
To be fair, I already have that on the page still, so.
The man curse you with that.
Yes. So when I look at it, when I look at this and I realize how there's so much vast story about Jamaica, and a lot of film directors focus on just the gun and the bad man and the shooting. I'm telling you, when it comes to love, we have so much love stories. You bring up the serial killer.
Yeah.
We have the scary movies. There are so much stories. You can unveil, and people will just wow. So with all of that saying, I just want to tell you thanks as relates to the type of content that you're bringing to TikTok. TikTok have a lot of different narrative, but for me, I would like to say thank you for refreshing content that educate at the same time entertain.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I do try, even though it is exhausting. I don't make any money from the platform. I just do it because I have a passion for just putting things out there that people didn't know.
And for persons who are watching, he's going to create a subscription, and we're going to support him. And his subscription on TikTok, we're going to pick that subscription and support him, because, as I said, you're one of the few who have content like this. And I tell you, the shot value with the Johncrow name is something else. But when it comes to some conceptions or misconceptions of Jamaica history, what are some of them you'd like to set straight on this platform?
To be honest, one of them is that Jamaica has no history. People think that because Jamaica is such a small island, not a lot of things happen down here. Did you know that Jamaica is the second ever British colony to receive electricity? And they got it in Black River. Waterloo was the name of the building that actually had it. Jamaica is they also talk about Jamaica as if it's just slavery and tainos.
Mm-hmm.
As in, Christopher Columbus founded Jamaica. No, the Tainos founded Jamaica. They came from South America on boats hundreds of years before the Spanish actually came here. Our misconceptions about Jamaica. I'm trying to find some of the classic ones. This question caught me off guard as well. Is there any misconceptions that you probably heard about Jamaica that I could probably clear up for you? Probably anything that you heard on a Facebook
Yeah,
post?
that's a Jamaican man are cheaters and Johncrow.
Oh no, I see that in the history now, That I just That are just facts. That are just facts. That's not even history. To be fair, the women are wicked too, but this podcast can't really bring that there, so cause we'll never be finished.
I just messing up, but indeed, as you said, Jamaica have a lot of history, and we are to talk about history as list entertainment, history as scary, history as in love, and I was mentioning
Oh,
earlier.
yes. Jamaica doesn't invent anything. People would not know that a few inventions has come out of Jamaica. Most famously, Jamaica being the first and only Caribbean country to create a vehicle. Jamaica is the first Caribbean country to have a railway system. Jamaica is one of the first countries in the entirety of the world to actually have hydroelectricity, right? So Jamaica was a first for a lot of things. Chocolate milk was created in Jamaica. You probably heard that one before.
No,
Yep.
first.
Yes, man. The James Bond character, the James Bond image, the James Bond likeness was created in Jamaica. St. Mary.
Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming, the airport is named after him, created at the Golden Eye Mansion in St. Mary. So a lot of Jamaica is a first for a lot of things. And the slogan, "We liquor but we talawa," is not to be used lightly. Jamaica is actually a big deal because of a lot of things that has come from here. Oh, as a matter of fact, Jamaica has the second oldest Spanish settlement the third oldest Spanish settlement in the entire Caribbean. That's also a misconception. People think that Jamaica was the first ever place that the Spanish came to. No, Puerto Rico and Hispaniola was the first two. USA was the first. So, but Jamaica was deemed to be the richest because when they came to Cuba, I know I'm going off track a little bit, but I have to tell you as I remember it. So they came to Cuba, right? And the indigenous people there, they didn't like the indigenous people from Jamaica, So it's when the Spanish came to Cuba and thing, and they were like, yes, capture on and that's why them have Jamaica. They thought gold was in Jamaica at first. The indigenous people told the Spanish tales of gold being found. They were like, hey, we know you like what islands still, but what if we show you to one place for gold there? And that's how they diverted the Spanish to Jamaica. That's how they came here because the Spanish them come here thinking that we had gold, We had good on water, but whenever they have gold. You get me? So
Yeah.
they were upset at that, and then that's how they went about enslaving them because they're saying, okay, we waste food time for come down here. So then just enslave the people and just build a settlement, build the first settlement, Sevilla Nueva in St. Anne. Right? So yeah, there's a lot of stories about Jamaica. There's a few misconceptions just because I can't really remember some of them, but those are the ones that come
Sorry,
out of
jumping
my
those questions at you, but as you're so right, misconception is a lot of thing. And if when you talk about how rich Jamaica was and the fact that we were the first that had electricity and it wasn't GPS.
I think telephone. I think telephone as well. I think we were the first
But
with telephone. Maybe.
I'm thinking, should we have gained independence? But we'll talk about that at the next time. We'll definitely talk about that the next time. Now, as it relates to the historical, an historical figure that you, after doing your research and you're doing this thing,
Okay.
is it that you have seen anybody that didn't get enough recognition?
Ooh.
And why do you think they didn't get
Does
enough
it have to be
recognition?
Jamaican? Or they just had to reside in Jamaica at some point?
Yes, reside in Jamaica. You spent over 10 years in Jamaica. We consider Jamaica.
Two people.
You can get that nickname.
If I get a nickname, if I have the birth certificate, if I get a nickname in Jamaica.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. You know what? We talked about Ian Fleming before, so I think he got enough recognition because he has an airport named after him. But there is a Jamaican astronomer, one of the most brilliant minds. He was a free slave, and he actually studied abroad. He went to college abroad. He went to university abroad. Now, think about a slave within slavery times studying abroad at a British university. Must be a big deal. And
Very big deal.
that man is none other than Francis Williams. Now, let me tell you what is so special about Francis. I covered a video about him on my page. Francis is a brilliant mind. He was very good in physics, excellent in astronomy. He was the first ever man to actually compute. He successfully calculated Halley's Comet passing over Jamaica and witnessed it. And he was the first man to actually do that. Now, Halley's Comet is actually the most famous comet in the world. It passes over Earth every 72 to 80 years. And in the year 1759, Francis Williams predicted that it would have come over Jamaica on this date, and he witnessed it. As a matter of fact, he has a painting, and they say that it's the earliest known painting of a black man that actually records his achievement. In that painting, it shows that he had Halley's Comet writing about in a book, right? So you can take a look at him, Francis Williams, brilliant mind, doesn't get enough recognition at all, because if I didn't read about him, I wouldn't have known about him. If I hadn't talked about him, people wouldn't have known about him. So
I definitely gonna take a look at him. And when I asked, I thought you were gonna say me, Wither the Legend, but you didn't. But
Wait
I forgive you. I forgive you. You know what I mean? Not gonna be too upset with you on that. But that's good information. I'm definitely, for me, it's first I'm hearing about him, and for our followers or our viewers, the paternity is first you're hearing about him. Let us know, and if you have heard about him before and have some more interesting topics that you want Matthew to dig a little deep into, let us know. With that said, as relates to this is a question I have in mind is, how has Jamaica colonial past impact or presence, and what unresolved issues that you still see based on this?
So that would have been the answer would have been similar to the one that was asked before. Jamaica's colonial past is influenced in our money, our culture, the food that we eat, and how we talk, because it is a blend of that past, the interactions that the slaves and slave owners had led to the type of food being, as I said, everything that had happened then.
So what I was looking for you to do is to narrow it down. That's why I asked based on this, what unresolved issue that you see that we still have because of it. I just wanted to zone in. This
is a controversial topic. Ganja Class actually talked about this before. What unresolved issue?
One class.
He who, right? No. No. You probably agree, you probably disagree, depends on what you think. But it is the narrative that people of lighter color is superior to that of people of darker color. Let's take a look at the story.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, man. Racism is classism is still a thing.
Definitely.
Classism is still a thing. No, we both know that systematic racism is definitely out there. Let's not pretend like it's not. We're gonna just put a story that Ganja Claus talked about. He told a story of a group of boys, right? Group of men, himself included. Everybody's from the same area of the uptown region, right? Now, the police stopped all of them. Bear in mind, all of them live in the same place. Everybody got questioned except him. Guess what was the difference between him versus the other people?
Mm.
Now take a
It
guess.
looks like Jackson.
No, you.
But yes, you're
RQ.
definitely
No,
right.
That's a
I look like Q.
Michael Jackson, I mean.
But yes, in society, if you're light, if you're white, if you're Caucasian, if you're somewhere along the lines of that, you are automatically rich. You come from a good background,
Uptown. You're
yeah,
uptown.
you're uptown. But if you're dark skin and you're in a certain position, or so, oh, I must have scam you a scam, or how you
Yeah.
get me. So that's a problem that has passed down from colonial times. People, let's say you have a black tourist coming in from America, or you have a white tourist coming in from America. Who is it that you're most likely to show the better side? Let's be honest. Almost a white man. People still look up to the white man as a superior race. But that's a prevalent issue that I've seen that has not changed. I don't think it will change anytime soon.
Yeah, the whole slave mentality.
Yeah.
So them look like you. The uptown youth, them look like you. We get there shortly. Now, when it comes to a content creator, and we have Jamaica that is full of so much crime and violence.
Yeah.
Do you think as a content creator, there's a responsibility to
Yes.
provide contents that the youths can emulate and try to be a better person? Or
Definitely.
what do you think about that? Let me
Definitely,
hear your few
because
cents on that.
no pun intended. All right. No, you see in this especially this society in which violence is so prevalent, you find that a lot of content creators they're pushing the same agenda. And when you have a following, you have influence. Influence is power. There's a reason why, and this goes for most celebrities, right? There's a reason why Vibes Cartel, even though he's done some very bad stuff in the past, he still puts or says things in his music, say, hey, don't do this, go to school, don't bleach out your face, button up your pants, right? Because he knows that especially the younger ones, they're very impressionable, right? Now, let's say as somebody with a mass following, you do something that's bad. The little one them gonna say, then if him a do it, then why me can't do it? You get me? So I
Yeah.
believe that if you have a certain following, you would need to be putting positive stuff for them to grasp. Because if you have the numbers and you're pushing positivity, positivity is only going to breed grounds for more positivity. So I just believe that at this point we just need to counteract what we're seeing in society with all this scamming and guns and promiscuity, things like that. We need to just cancel it out with
Because
knowledge.
the reason I direct a questions like that, is due to the fact that the community that you're more prominent on, which is the TikTok community,
Yeah.
a lot of negativity
Oh,
span
boy. Can I tell you?
over 5 years. We're talking about TikTokers getting unalive. We are talking about the natural type of energy where you have to disrespect each other to be entertaining. So, and this is why I spoke so highly about your content,
Yeah.
because it's not quite often you see content that has that value, and not a shock value, so to speak,
Yeah.
actually trend and people get involved and repost it. And whether we like it or not, I think we'd like it. Jamaica is a brand. Just
It is.
like we have, these expensive brand. Jamaica is very expensive when it comes to brand Jamaica. People want to be in Jamaica, want to know about Jamaica, want to be identified with
Yeah.
Jamaica. So
Jamaica.
um, with this happening on TikTok, where you know the famous, I don't want to get you in any trouble because of your community. I mean, when them cuss you off. Yo, you're drunk, them can't this. Yo. Anyways, so
Yeah.
when it comes to Rosalie and these persons where, you know, we see a lot of things happen on TikTok where, you know what I mean, the aggression and all of this and the disrespect, even, you know, the thing that happened with Rosalie, Naya gang, you know what I mean, you said things and you can't take it back and persons come at you and try to hurt you. What would you say to your fellow TikTokers or content creators? What would you say to them?
Try to mix it up a bit, or eliminate the negativity. Because to be honest, I've seen where it causes unwanted problems. You mentioned the Naya gang. I remember that live that he was on, and he said something negative about somebody's brother, and that person said, "Hey, you know, you're gonna get what you reach," and then boom, 2 weeks after that, he's dead. We as or I'll just push this notion to my fellow content creators out there, my fellow TikTok community. Just try to do more funny content than trying to push
Badness.
this badness. Yeah, it's not warranted because at the end of the day, you are putting yourself in a position where, especially if you go live a lot, for somebody to come and do you something bad because of something that you said, which obviously you probably didn't mean, but because you're doing it for views, the views is not worth it. That's also another message. The views is not worth it to put your life in danger. You're better off doing some skits or going to a place and video it or so. Like that type of it's not sustainable. At some
So
point, people
basically, strike a balance, so to speak.
strike a balance. If you're gonna
Okay.
steal these people, all right, fine. You can't tell off they are big people, but do something else. It cushion things a little bit. You get me? So,
Everything with a person like Ivan and these different
oh
persons
Lord,
do a lot of things.
oh Lord.
Oh, I shouldn't call her name.
No man. No, you can call her name, you know. It's the when I heard her
So
name, it's the
the content that come with it.
yeah.
I would see a lot of young girls who, you know,
Yeah,
they,
man.
they do idolize these persons and they watch them quite often. Um, Negative is out there, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not that we don't know not negative is not there, but it's a means of knowing what to lean to too much, so to speak. Because we see, as I said, saying something and you can't take it back off media, or put something on media that you can't take off back.
Hmm.
And the recent thing with even
Yeah.
Rosalie, and you
The
know, she
children.
probably just doing it for entertainment. We don't know. That's what she said. But when you're saying something about a child, it's definitely going to spark attention. And
Yeah.
as if person will show that a lot of times, you know, they said it's like a case, how we should talk them on live and we should deal with them. But you know that a lot of us, our parents grow us up because a little bit rough, but
Yeah.
it's not on live, so it's not there to be criticized.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's not recorded.
Yes, so it is what is on the media, you can't really change and it's judged differently. So yeah, your brethren will have a joke and a laugh about an artist or somebody amongst your friendship. But when you do that on media, no, a man will look say a fucking brand.
Exactly.
So he's gonna come at you. So I'm glad, as I said, it's all about striking a balance. Now, you as a content creator, where from here? Is it just you are looking to move it because you have a huge following on TikTok? Are you looking to move it to YouTube?
Yeah, actually. Whilst I still have the numbers right now, I'll try to integrate solely to YouTube because I can see where if it becomes successful on YouTube, God's will, because it doesn't have to be. Not all platform migrations are successful, but I'm going to move it to YouTube and try just re-uploading some of my more famous videos to YouTube and see if I can get the traction because I know YouTube will pay. YouTube pays with the views, and that would be grounds for just motivating me to do more outside of the norm, right? I had plans in the works to, go on site of a lot of these places that I've talked about. But it's just the financing is a problem because to travel and to do it's expensive, right? So I need something that's going to push me to provide better quality content as well.
And
So
you're definitely on your way. You're definitely on your way. And we love what we're seeing so far. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with questions with Q. Kommon Cents, make it make sense. See you in a few.
Greetings, people. My students, here we have the ambassador for the US Virgin Islands. And here we'll be taking a little walk into the famous city, the sunken city, right? And the wickedest city on earth, Port Royal.
Back again, common sense make it make sense. Now, Matthew is saying a whole lot of things that definitely make sense. It's common, but a lot of people shy away from it and never go in depth with it. Now, one other thing I would like to ask you, because a lot of young people out there aspiring to be content creators, but don't really know how it works. How does content creator on TikTok and Instagram actually make money from that?
to be honest, you have a few methods. It depends on your geography, because in some countries you get paid per views. But let me just use the most common example. So for Instagram, you get paid for doing promotions for people, right? People pay directly and you promote whatever they have to offer. For TikTok, if you're in the US or other countries, you get paid for the views that you generate. Now, for Jamaicans, you don't have that same privilege. So you have to go on live to get gifts. You have to get gifts to in turn get the money from those gifts. So it's a bit different. And for TikTok, people can still pay for promotions. I mean, I have been offered to do promotions, but because of what they want me to promote, I had to humbly reject some of those
Understood.
offers.
Another question, how content creators like yourself can help to inspire and motivate young people in Jamaica to learn more about the history and culture?
Simple. Teach them what them don't know. You have to go outside of the norm, which is what inspired me to do what I'm doing. Look at it like this. History is boring. We know they teach it in school. Let's be honest. Because they follow a set curriculum. It's the same thing. Learn about the titles. Learn about the different people who colonized Jamaica. You're learning about what happened in between. You learn about the different battles that they had, stuff like that. Repetitive is boring. So when you have me now and come out of the blue and say, yo, so Jamaica never recorded serial killer. So Jamaica did build a car. So Jamaica was one of the first places to have light. Did you know about the incident in 1904 in which 30 men lost their lives in a tube in St. Catherine in the Bagua Gorge? Did you know that Jamaica had a tram system? Like, you have to pique their interest. You have to tickle them brain. So, how we can inspire them and motivate them, you just have to give them content, give them information that they're not exposed to on a day-to-day basis. Once they come with something uncommon, and also give them things that makes them proud of their country. Yeah, go ahead.
You did do one, I was watching, but I didn't know it was you. I didn't know it was who. with the two dead people in that road and bury and maybe like you never know. Maybe most people go and sit down and they cannot even.
Did you know that there are two tombstones in the middle of a road? That statement, I said, that video to date is my most viewed video. 500,000 views that video got.
Wow.
When I see it, I'll be like, who is this? And then
Yeah, man, I saw the one with the bug walk gorge as well with the yeah.
I didn't even
That's
know that
when
there
I
was a.
started following the 12 a.m. success 12 a.m.
In
facts.
fact, I didn't even know Jamaica
Yeah.
that St. Catherine had a hydroelectric plant. I didn't know Jamaica was so advanced back then. That
Hmm.
plant sits in ruin on the main road, and I pass that on a regular going
Every
to my
day.
family. Every time I go to something there. And one day my father pinch me and say, you know, so I want power plant that. And I said to him, say, you're mad this year, tell me. And then when we research it and see it, I'm like, you know, son of man this year, tell me. And him come from Bagwalk, you know. So you have to treat the information that you get the same as how a little youth would have get it if you would tell them. So I pique my interest. And someone want to take a for them brain too. I make them want to learn more about the really and truly the more obscure facts about Jamaica. Because Jamaica has a lot. And they don't talk about it.
I want to tell you, with them two tombstone in the road, but the thing say, so you get the name Jamaican, Smart Johncrow.
I
Now,
said, man, oh wow.
do you think the government and the government agencies are supporting, or I think they can provide more service to young Jamaicans like you? Or if they're not, what do you think they can do?
Two things. And I don't think they're supporting us enough. Because if you look at the people that them big up, the people that they really show or give highlight to, the people that really do like the mix up and thing. Case in point, and enough respect to Ganja Class, enough respect to Bad Siki, especially Bad Siki, I know him personally. Um, but you know, it's the creators like those that really gets the highlights and the people like me, people like Rosalie. I even got to talk about Bad Siki because they're funny, but a lot of the ones that talk about mix up are really them. I feel them content that get pushed. No, the government can, for content creators like myself, Adventures with Elle, you've probably seen her blogs. She does travel content to Elite Jamaica. The government can include us. It doesn't have to be monetary. They can, it's just like how you have Hill and Gully, they can have programs in which they feature us to talk about certain things.
I was gonna say you give us a Ilan Gully vibes, but a more updated version.
Man.
But so you're saying those are some of the things that you think they can do to improve content creators like yourself and aspiring ones.
Yeah, just the exposure. The exposure, it's 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 mutual beneficiary. We
Mm.
get we get a new platform to showcase our content, and I bring my viewers and my crowd, and they are digesting your program, and they're also in turn knowing more about the hidden gems that you have in the country.
What make you continue doing this? Is it go ahead? What aspire? What keep you going?
The overwhelming support, the comments, the
Yeah.
people, yeah. I I don't think there's any amount of joy or monetary benefits that would outweigh somebody coming to me and telling me that, hey, say your content me use and pass my exam.
Wow.
Say your content me use and go in an exam with teacher, say and when so much of them are come to me and I send me them results, they're
Mm.
sending me their passes and hey, because of you why, certain things we never know, yeah, teach about geography, are you and pass my geography exam, are you why we do this in a history, you know. Um the satisfaction of your content not only being digested but regurgitated. Enough people can look at a comedian and say, yeah, I'm funny. But how much people can you take content from and apply it to your actual surroundings? So that keeps me going because it gives me motivation to say, hey, what else we can teach them? What else? I actually did a video talking about Jamaica. There was a rumor that Jamaica was the top of an underwater volcano, right? And I think that video got over 100,000 views as well. Um, I literally went into the geography of Jamaica, how Jamaica, based on research, was formed over millions and millions of years. I talked about snow in Jamaica. I talked about extinct volcanoes in Jamaica. So a lot of things in those videos, you know, they got information from it which they were in turn able to use to not only start conversations with other people, but they were able to get a better understanding of their island. They were able to use that information in their exams or whatever projects that they have. So, as I said, and I can't stress this enough, for what you put out there to just be used and be referenced, to be used as a reference, I don't think there's a greater joy in that. So, man, I just want to find new ways to just put stuff out there for people to just grasp as well. So,
Love it.
Indeed, indeed.
You basically just answered the question I was about to ask you. No. Doing this, right?
Yeah.
You already talk about who it impacts. It impacts students.
Yeah.
And you give examples. But do you see yourself having a own, or even eventually a whole network with this, or are you just doing it for fun? Like TVJ, CVM, or a program, and are you just sticking online?
To be fair, I think sticking online would be best for me as a brand because it gives me 100% freedom to express myself. But I mean, if God's will, it would be good to, at least if I could feature for some time on a program, especially on local television, that would be great as well. I do see myself doing that at some point, but it wouldn't be on a long-term basis because at some point, your content, you're going to run out of stuff to talk about. So you don't really want to overstay the welcome. You want to just leave your impact and move on to another project.
So I know you have fans and you're on Kommon Cents as well. You're gaining new fans. So for the aspiring content creators who think only toxic things sells, if you should have a word to them, what would you say to them? What advice would you give to them right now?
I would say don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone and don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be deterred. Let's say you're doing something that's not, or you think it's for you, but it's not kicking off. You can either have patience or just try something else. I tried something else. I wanted to do comedy, but as I said, that didn't. So I just stick with your passion. And yes, stick with what you're passionate about. That passion can be contagious, right? And in turn, you'll be good at what you do.
Love that.
I must commend you though, because when you go online and you look on anything about Jamaica, very rare you see content like yours. So with that, I want to say to the Kommon Cents fraternity. Now, people oftentimes say they're looking for people with good content. Now we have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Now we have a gentleman here. If you wish to, will you take comments from our Kommon Cents fraternity pertaining to another episode?
Of course.
So there you have it. He's willing to take it. And you guys should subscribe, like, share. And thank you again. Witter.
I want to big up to the general for passing show. I hope we're able to reach someone in government and understand that persons who are creating content like these, they need your support. I'd love for you to reach at the level where, you know what I mean, we are able to subscribe and get new contents and all of these things because I love the work that you're doing. And this is why I introduced you to the team. Keep doing it. Keep putting in the work. There's so much history to unveil. If you feel like you want to do international history, you do it. The world has so much, and we're all here for it because the way you package it and deliver it, we love it.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Jackson.
Yeah, man. Just want to say thanks for making yourself available and to the Kommon Cents fraternity. As Q said, like, share, subscribe, and definitely leave some comments as well. But thank you for passing through, Mr. Smart Johncrow, aka Matthew. Definitely looking forward to interviewing you again when I get big and you have a million subscribers on the channel.
Oh, wow.
And look out for the YouTube channel coming soon.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. We're not gonna stop by him till him do it, people, because video them too short. Me's not a TikTok person. Me not have the short attention span. Me want to see the long form video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but thanks for passing through. Kommon Cents make it make sense. Until next time. What is under my nose?
Jamaica.